What's up YouTube? ODST Journal back again, and I stumbled to something that I think is pretty interesting this morning here, quite early in the morning. Endwar Online. If you guys are not familiar with Endwar, basically it's an Ubisoft RTS based in the same universe as Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six and all that, and all their other games like Hawks and stuff. And basically pushes in the future of the game, takes some of the characters and makes some generals and stuff like that. And it's really interesting. It used it's like, as far as I know, it's the only RTS where you can actually speak and tell units where to go using your voice on the Xbox and stuff, and then the units will go there. And I found it was really good to be able to, control units with your controller, and then also be able to go around, turn around, and tell them with your voice, hey, go here. It felt like you could do, twice the amount of work in, half the time. This, I haven't seen very much of this. In fact, I really didn't even play it at all. This is my first time really playing. It seems pretty different so far. As far as I can tell, they got rid of the JSF faction, which is the United States faction, so it's just the Europeans and the Russians. I haven't really heard any voice acting. We just rebuilt Paris. Basically, the story is that this year is 2030. The original Endwar, I think, took place in 2020, and pretty much every major city in the world's fallen. Paris just got rebuilt. Paris is basically the last stand of the Europeans, and all these other European factions, they started turning in on themselves when fuel supplies ran out. Okay, so it seems like there's like a city building element to this, I guess you could call it. So basically you build different sections instead. It's essentially the same thing as a base, but instead spread out over a city. Alright. So, it's been a while, but as I recall, basically in the original Endwar, you'd pick your commander, and then you could go in and you could pick another commander to help you out in certain situations, and like, each person had their specialty, so you'd kind of go in with like preset units, like you could pick basically decks of units and stuff, and as you'd play through, your individual units would like eventually start to upgrade and get promoted. But then if they died, you'd lose them and you'd have to start over. And there was a big customization element to it on top of the voice building. And it was a really unique RTS. Now, one of the biggest reasons it didn't really do well was because the combat itself was very basic. It was rock, paper, scissors to its most simple extent. Everybody else seems to be locked though, so I guess we're going to go with this person here. If it's not obvious, I went with the Europeans. I played Russian originally with my friend who was a big fan of the Russians, but I like the faster units of the Europeans to the heavier armor of the Russians and stuff. Now, I don't know if that's going to make a difference here, but speed was a big thing in the original. Okay, so the Legion have regrouped and are launching. So apparently the Legion's just like, it's obviously not the Russians. It's like a independent European group. So making a last stand at the Eiffel Tower, I guess. They didn't teach me how to do any combat or anything, so hopefully I get taught in this battle. And I'm kind of worried, just from what I've looked at this so far, it looks like they might have taken away everything that made it really good and then turned it really basic.
Confirmed.
Oh man, that's loud. I have to fix the volume for that. Okay. Click on path to deploy.
Confirmed. Moving out.
So, okay, I see what I'm doing now.
Natürlich, of course.
Yeah, I mean, so far the scene. I mean, yeah, it's online. This is browser based, I should mention, by the way. There's a download, which you can get for better performance, which is actually what I'm running. Anti-air.
Jawohl. Confirmed.
So like I said, this game's very rock, paper, scissors, and from what I am seeing so far, they've gotten rid of basically all the elements that made it really good, and they kept in all the stuff that was, you know, the complaint of a lot of people. So they're gonna get destroyed by the tanks. Yeah, this is basically just showing you the rock, paper, scissors thing. So then for the tanks, we would call in our own helicopters.
In het rijden.
Artillery works too. Okay. We'll let the gun, yeah, the guns deal with the infantry. Yeah, and the last one you could like zoom up and get real close. You can see the guys running around and stuff, and the guys, the infantry the Americans used were basically like Ghost Recon type guys, and you'd have one of the captains, the leader of the Ghost Recon team, he was one of the generals, he's the main commander. Okay, so...
Affirmative, Central.
Affirmative. Jawohl, on the move.
Jawohl, understood. Confirmed, on the move.
So it seems that everything's just like on set paths.
One machine down.
So maybe it's like a tug of
Second
war type
machine
thing. I have to
locked.
start pushing on them and they'll push back. Yeah, this is
We just lost the
awful.
machine.
No wonder I haven't heard about this. Okay, so I got airstrikes.
Send extraction now.
Of course, Central. Confirmed.
2 machines knocked out. All machines wrecked. Send evac.
Of course, Central. Confirmed. Confirmed. We are outside.
Confirmed. Intended. Affirmative. Confirmed.
Okay, that's how I couldn't
Of course,
figure out
Central.
my thing there for a minute.
Confirmed. We are outbound.
Affirmative. Confirmed.
Yeah, so basically it looks like it's just gonna be like a tug of war type of deal. Well, let's keep going here. Let's see what else there is in store for me. Okay, so we're getting some gunships. So I don't know how this commander thing works. I'm kind of curious about that. So I guess these commanders just basically add more units, and then they're, they're kind of like the decks, I guess. So, this person's got some predator drones. Not sure what that is. So this makes me want to go back and play the original, not this new one. So I'm assuming I can have so many commanders, and then once I get, that filled up, they'll have so many helicopters. I don't know if they can rank up though. I'm kind of curious about that. I'm just looking at. Well, I guess we'll find out. We'll exit out here. Okay, so you'd think that after being in like a 10-year war and like everybody losing all their fuel and like every major city in the world being destroyed pretty much, they'd want to just, like recapture their stuff, stabilize it, and then be like, no, we're good. But no, they want to go and defeat the Russians, and then if the US is around still, I guess presumably them too. Okay. So now that Paris is a super heavily militarized city, I didn't even do anything. Works for me. Okay. Let's do this. We're about the halfway point now. Incoming signal. General, we have foes both outside and inside our own borders. The Legion is a separatist group that controls most of the French territories. Okay. Maybe a bit deep for a woman, but then again, maybe not. Okay, so basically it's just saying they're heavily armed and they're in every, like, occupied city. Well, obviously they'd have pretty much many units in every city they occupy. Well, yeah, I'd probably blame the government too that got into a major war for, the lack of energy. Well, it's kind of their fault, actually. What am I doing? Oh, I see. Okay, so you get 6 slots to put commanders into, and that dictates how many units you get. And then it's like a combination of lane warfare and tower defense. It seems. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of this, so this might be my first and last video here.
Affirmative, Central. Jawohl.
Understood and confirmed. Confirmed in transit.
See, Central. Confirmed. On the move.
One machine down.
We will do it. On the move, Central.
Confirmed. Confirmed.
Second
We are
machine
outbound.
A bird is down.
All machines out of extraction. Send extraction now.
Hermes, we need extraction.
Of course, Central. Confirmed.
We've lost another bird.
Man, those,
One machine down.
Without hesitation. Our pleasure, Central.
these guys are screwing up my tanks.
Without hesitation.
Second machine lost.
I guess I need to work on using special abilities more. That's okay, we got this in the bag. No, I'm gonna destroy their uplink tower. So in the original, basically what you do is you'd send infantry in to capture these, and then when you capture these, you get special abilities like EMPs or, you know, even like a WMD, which could be used to destroy uplinks and stuff like that, or it could be randomly dropped on enemy units. Yeah, to be honest, if it was up to me, and it's not obviously, what I would do is I would have just kept the old servers going. I would have done something to invigorate that again, or you know, put that back on you know, the Xbox One backwards compatibility. That'd be really good with Kinect now. Battle in Chapter 1 normal mode. Okay, sure. I don't know what that means. The order of the links, huh? If you say so. So you just click on it. That's easy enough. Okay, I'd see why you guys want to capture that one, that's understandable, but then after capturing this, we should swing around down here and take Spain so we're not fighting a battle on two fronts. But that's just my thing. Just capture this, go down here and do that way. Finish quests to unlock this map. Oh. Anti-air vehicle. So we got another new person here. It's anti-air. Got one anti-air. At least the Europeans have a cool color. Of course, we're gonna add that person in. Not just because it tells us to, but because more units the better. Alright. This is probably going to be our last battle here. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to be doing this again. Now that I'm actually getting into it, like I said, this seems more like a spit in the face, because I was a big fan of Endwar, and this is not anything like the original. That. Oh no, I got more.
Affirmative. Confirmed.
Oui, Central. Confirmed.
Affirmative.
Immediately, Central. Immediately, Central.
Yes.
We lost the machine. Of course, Central. We're moving.
Affirmative, Central.
Of course, Central.
They've killed 2 machines.
Of course, Central.
All
Confirm.
machines carry on, Central. Send evac.
Confirm. We are outbound.
Send evac now.
Leave it to us, Central.
Bird down! Bird down!
We just lost a machine. See, consider it sorted.
Second bird down!
See, Central. Right away.
Yeah, and then when you'd lose units in the original, you'd have like a chance to like recover them and potentially save them. And we're just gonna go ahead and terminate. But yeah, so if you lost your unit, like I said, you'd lose them for good, but you could potentially save them, which obviously, yeah, you'd want to try to retreat or save your units, but then the enemy could come along and either destroy the helicopter, rescue them, or, you know, actually finish them off, which then had a bigger effect since there was like a global scale in that. Depending on how many victories were won, you could potentially capture or lose different areas of land. It was a three-way battle between the United States, the Europeans, and then the Russians. Claim our rewards here. This still seems kind of like a tutorial almost at this point. There. Okay, I guess I don't have a choice. Okay, you know, let's do one more. I know I'm saying, oh yeah, he's saying how much he hates and then he's going back and he wants to play some more. I'm totally guilty of that right now. It's my urge to conquer and destroy the enemy over my actual like or dislike the gameplay.
Affirmativo, Central. On the way.
See, Central. Confirmed.
See,
Thank you.
Central. Straight away.
I knew that, but I appreciate the heads up.
One machine
Indeed,
alone.
Central. Indeed. Affirmative. Confirmed.
2 machines are lost. Of course, Central.
1 machine fireball.
Affirmative. Horrific.
Of course.
Send the evac.
We've lost 2 machines.
I got 1 tank left. Tank should be able to beat it, but I don't think it's going to.
What a crash! Send the evac.
Affirmative. Confirmed. On the move, Central.
Confirmed. On the way. Without
We just lost a
hesitation.
machine.
Bird down!
Affirmative. Horrific.
That was a good call with the helicopters, though. It's a guess, but not totally uneducated. Alright, so
consider it
assume
sorted.
missile barrage here. Yeah, we've got this in the bag. The only thing I got left is the 1 tank unit.
Wait, right away.
And do that. No, you know what? I'm good. I got it one. I don't need to put out any more units. Waste of resources. it shows that they did lose one. I wonder if that's that affects them somehow. Helicopter pilots? Okay, so I see you get these guys as rewards here. Alright guys, but we're gonna call it here. It's going on about 26 minutes. You know, like always, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys do want to see more of this, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it, but if everybody wants to see more, I will definitely play more of this. Other than that, though, just make sure to tune in next time, because we'll definitely have more content coming your guys' way. Alright, you have a good day.